Hi, I'm Caitlin. I am the Assistant Director of Adventure Education. So we get to do lots of fun stuff like kayaking. Have any of you ever been kayaking? I've been kayaking. What about rock climbing? Have any of you ever been rock climbing? Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. So some of these knots will be kind of like knots that you might have learned in rock climbing. So to start off, does everybody have their rope in front of them? Awesome. Okay. Having some technical difficulties. I have a puppy that's trying to assist me right now. All right, so let's get our rope out. And we're going to start by taking an arm's length. So if you can put the end of your rope in your hand and take the other end maybe to your other shoulder. If you needed to go a little longer, you can. This is going to be our figure 8 knot. Has anybody tied this before? I've tied it once or twice. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a little bite in our rope. So remember, we have it all the way in the other hand. We're going to take a bite. And I like to talk about this one. It's kind of like an alien, right? Does that look like an alien head? Mine's green, so it definitely looks like an alien. So we have our alien head. We're going to take the tail right here, and we're going to wrap it all the way around the alien once. And then we're going to poke it through the alien face. When you're done, it should look like a figure 8. Does everybody have that? Sometimes if you don't go all the way around, it just looks like a kind of a loop. Can you hold your knots up to the camera so we can see it? Oh, Cara, it looks like you've got it. Mason, did you have your knot? No. Let's see, Philip, can you hold it closer to the camera? Looks good, looks good. So that is our figure 8 knot. Let's try that one again, see if you can do it maybe even faster. So they call it a figure 8 because it looks like the number 8. Were you able to get it again? Alex, do you have any other pointers on how to tie that knot?
I think that's good. Just remember to make the alien head. You're going to come the whole
nice, Carmen,
way
you
around.
got it twice.
Yep, whole way around. If it looks kind of like that, looks like a pretzel, that's okay. You've got it right. You just have to like wiggle it around, and then it'll look like your number 8 there.
Let's see, Philip. I think maybe, Philip, you went around maybe one too many times. You gonna try it again? That one is my favorite knot. I like it because I like to tell a story about the alien. So that's why I like to tie that knot.
If you can't get it, just keep practicing it. We're probably going to move on here in 1 second, but this is a good one. You can just keep practicing until you get it. It's easy to remember because it just looks like a number 8 when it's done. So if it doesn't look like a number 8, you need to try it again.
Not to make it too complicated, but you can also tie it another way. So if you make your alien head, you can take the top of your alien head, twist it once, twist it twice, and then again take that tail and pull it through the alien head, and you should get that figure 8 again. If that way works easier for you, that's awesome. Nice. Did anyone get it that way? Or was that kind of weird? We can try it again. So you make your alien head, twist it once, twist it twice, and then take the tail through the alien head. Hey, you got it. Nice, Carmen. Did anyone else get it that way? I got it that way. Philip, did you get it?
Looks like the Jones boys got it.
Nice. All right. Are we ready to move on to the next knot? Yeah? Okay. Were we doing?
Let's try it. So we're going to do the same knot, but we're going to try it what we call on a bite. So you remember how we were making our alien head before? We're going to go ahead and we're going to start. We're going to make that alien head. It's good if you have that same length. So like nice long, then you're going to make your alien head. And then you're going to do the same thing again. So you're going to grab them kind of like where the alien's neck would be. You're going to take that same length about again. You're going to lean it over. So then you'll have your alien head, and then you'll have another curve right here. Once you do that, we're going to tie that exact same knot. So you're going to come all the way around, and you're going to go through, and then you're going to end up with that figure eight, but it's going to have two strands. You're going to have that nice handy dandy loop there on the end too. So we can also do that the same way that Caitlin just showed us. You're going to start with your bite. You're going to come on over like that. We can do 1, 2 twists and go through there, and then you end up with that nice little loop. It should look like the number 8 still. Thumbs up if you got that one or you got close.
That one's, again, that one's called our figure eight on a bite. Yep, so we have one loop, and then the second loop. So you have one loop here and then the second loop. Yep. And then we take this loop and we wrap it around once, twice, back through. Hey, you got it. Nice job.
Good job, everybody. Looks like we still have some people working, but we're getting close, it looks like. So you're going to do that same thing. You're just going to come around that once, twice, come on through.
Yep, so one loop, 2 loops. Take it around and then through the front.
Looks like Carmen got a good job. Oh, looks like Mason got a rope now too. Awesome. All right, we're going to move on to our next knot.
Did you want to try the figure eight now that you have a rope real quick?
Yes.
Okay. So you make, remember you make your alien. Let me get my other rope. So you make your alien head.
Okay. You have your tail.
You got a little tail.
Yeah, look at your tail, man.
Then you're gonna take it around the alien head once all the way and then through the face of the alien.
Yeah.
Then it should look like an 8.
Look like an 8, man. Here, hold that thing.
Yep, all the way around the loop.
That's it. It's an 8.
Ooh, so that one's close. That's an overhand. So all you need to do is do the same thing, but go all the way around. So you got to come back to the front. Super close though.
I think that's it. That's super close. Something we did wrong. We'll practice.
Yeah,
I got an app with the ropes on there. I'll show them.
perfect. All right, Alex, I'm turning it over to you.
All right, so we're actually going to do just the overhand knot now. So like Caitlin was saying, the overhand is just the figure eight, but you have a little bit less turn. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to take that nice arm length of rope out again. And you're going to make our friend the alien head. And then instead of coming the whole way around, we're just going to go around half the way and then come through. So it's going to look just like this.
What you just did. So,
If you know how to tie your shoes, you might do this knot.
see.
There you go, Philip. Mason looks like you've got the figure 8 now.
Mason, you got the figure 8. Nice job.
Carmen looks like you've got it.
Yeah, that's the figure 8. All right, hold up, man. All right.
So now you just do half that and you'll have the overhand.
There you go. Look, miss.
There you go.
Nice job. And now, just like Caitlin was showing us, or I guess I showed you rather, the one on that bite, so we can do the same thing. We can make our alien head, and then we can flop him over. We can do the same thing with that and make that overhand bite or overhand knot on that bite too. So then we end up with that knot, then we end up with that loop. So if you need to clip something in or anything like that, it's very, very helpful. Can everybody do that one?
So yeah, again, our bite, and then we fold it in half again. So we have 2 pinches. And I'm gonna take it around once, not even once, halfway around, and then I'll have my overhand knot on a bite. There we go. That's it. Nice.
Good job, everybody. Everybody got that thumbs up? Looks like we've got people pretty close, got people part of the way there. Just keep practicing. That's the way you get better at knots, is you're just gonna keep practicing. So you can say, look, there's my overhand. I'm gonna untie that. I'm gonna try it on that bite too to make that loop.
Nice. Looks like you got it over there.
Okay, I'm not doing that.
All right, who's ready for a challenging one?
Not me.
We'll give it a try. All right, so this one's called the barrel knot. This one's a little bit more complicated. What you're gonna do the same thing we've been doing. So take that nice arm length of rope there. And then you're gonna make our alien friend, but you're gonna have your hand kind of where that alien's head is. It's gonna be hanging over your hand just like this.
Hang it over your hand, miss.
And then what we want you to do is take that loose end that we've been working with the whole time. You're gonna wrap that around your hand. You're gonna go around once. You're gonna go around twice. And then you're gonna take that end and you're gonna go through the middle of kind of all that down by your fingers. And you're gonna pull through and you'll end up with something that looks like this. Or if you look at Caitlin, she might have a couple more on there here in a second. That one's a good one just to tie the end of the rope, so if you don't want anything to slip off or anything like that. So you're gonna go around at least twice. You can go around 3 times, you can go around 4 times. So you can see I went around a couple more times there.
Get your hand on.
So it creates that nice stopper knot. So if you don't want it to untie itself, if you don't want the rope to fray, you can tie that on there. Caitlin, you're muted.
Okay. Is it that you want to make an X with your hand?
Yep, you can do that too.
Okay.
So you're gonna come around, you're gonna make that cross so you can see, like, makes that X on the back of my hand there. Then we're gonna come around a couple more times, pass that loose end through there.
Hey, nice job.
Yeah, it looks like Philip got it. Anybody else get it? Let's hold them up and see.
Yeah, nice. I think the Mesa family got it.
Nice.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, so again, like with all the knots, make sure you keep practicing it. I didn't get anything on my first try.
All right, now who's ready for an easy one?
Me, of course.
All right, this one's super easy, and it's called a girth hitch. What you're gonna do, you're gonna take that nice arm length like we've been doing. You're gonna make our alien friend, but then you're gonna take our alien, you're gonna lay him over your arm like this, so you can see kind of dangling down like this. Then you're gonna take the other side of your rope, and you're just gonna pull him through there just like that.
Pull your arm up.
You can see it's going to get tight on my arm. So it kind of makes it look like I have a bracelet on. There you go, Caitlin's showing you too.
Just pull it down and show him. Man.
Nice, Mason.
So we'll show you again. We take our alien friend, we're going to drape him over our arm, and we're going to pull all the rest of that stuff through. So you don't have to use that one just on your arm. You can use it on anything. So if you need to tie something off, just make sure that it's not going to go away from you or anything like that. You can use that one. It's not going to go anywhere. Looks like we've got a lot of people getting it.
Nice. Nice, Carmen.
Nice job. All right, which ones do we need to practice a little bit more? Maybe the figure 8 one? Thumbs up if you want to practice the figure 8 one.
Oh, sorry, Carmen, or not Carmen.
Practice all of them again. All right, let's go ahead back to the start. So the first one that Caitlin showed us was that figure 8 one. So let's go ahead. We'll take that arm's length of rope, just like we've been doing the whole time. We'll make our alien friend. That piece that we were keeping in our hand, we're going to come all the way around and go back through. So it's going to look like our number 8.
See that, Mace?
Yep.
So if you go around not quite enough, you're going to end up with a knot that looks just like this. So it kind of looks like sort of a pretzel-y shape. But if you go around too many times, you're going to end up with something that looks like this. Sorry, we've been calling you Carmen Bradley. We can call you Bradley now that we know your name. Looks like Mr. Carby got it there. How's it going over at the Joneses? We doing good?
I see the Mesa family's got it.
All right, if you've got it that way, then we'll go ahead back to the one on the bite. So remember, we're going to just make our alien friend to start with, and then he's going to lie down, and then we're going to tie with that loop being at the end. So again, coming all the way around and then pulling it down through. So then we have our number 8 looking knot with our loop on the end.
Does anyone feel like they like really got it? They're looking for a really hard challenge? Or we need to keep practicing? Ooh,
Bradley's saying maybe.
Bradley's interested, okay. Well, I'm gonna teach you one more that's kind of in the figure 8 family. So it's gonna actually be the same exact knot, the figure 8 on a bite, but we're gonna tie it in a different way. So you start with your figure 8. So again, alien, you take the tail, we're gonna wrap it around and through. If I can tie it correctly, I tied it wrong. All right, so I have my figure 8. Now this one's kind of tricky, so you want to make sure you have enough room here. So I'm going to make this longer. You might have to retie it to make it a little bit longer. So I want at least like a tail, maybe an arm's length after my figure 8. If you don't have that much, that's okay. You can kind of practice until you run out of rope. So this is the figure 8 on a follow through. This is what a lot of rock climbers used to tie in. So I'm going to start with my end, and you see where my rope is right here. I'm going to follow this line all the way through my rope. So that's what we call it, a follow through. So I'm going to slide it over, and don't worry if you get frustrated. This is hard to teach from far away. So I'm going to follow this line all the way around the top, through the center, around the bottom, and back through the top. Whoa, lots, right? I told you it was going to be a challenge. So do you see how when I'm all done, I have my figure 8 on a bite, right? Same knot, just tied it in a really different way. Do you want to see that again? It was pretty hard. All right, so I'm going to follow. So to follow through, so I'm going to use this. If you imagine, I already told Alex this one earlier. If you imagine this is your train and this is your train track right here. So my train's going to go up through my knot, around the top, through the center, around the back side, back through the top. Woo, and now I've got my figure 8. Yeah, it's a tricky one. You can look it up and maybe there are some other videos that show you how to tie it, but that's a good one to keep practicing. So it's called a figure 8 on a follow through. A little bit different, but it's also the same as our figure 8 on a bite. And you can double check it, you know it's right when it looks like that 8 again, but you can count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points where the rope matches itself. All right, Bradley, I like it.
So a lot of us have been rock climbing before, right? A couple haven't, some have. Whenever you went rock climbing, I bet that you used this knot. I bet that you tied in with this knot or somebody tied you in with it. So if you keep practicing, maybe you'll get good enough. Next time you go, you can say, hey, I know how to tie that, and you can tie yourself in.
You went to LSU, nice. That's our favorite place to rock climb. Does anybody have any questions?
No.
No questions?
No.
If you have one, you can type it in or you can ask it.
We did get a question for some fishing knots. Unfortunately, we don't have any rope that we can really tie some fishing knots with really well today, but we'll definitely take that into consideration. And maybe we can have another knot tying one where we focus on some more fishing knots and make it a little bit easier for people to see.
You should be able to unmute yourself if you have a question.
So it looks like
What's that? Bradley, you asked them the 8 to make the 8. Which one did you mean?
I went ahead and unmuted you, Bradley. You can talk to us now. Oh, actually, we can't hear you, bud. So we just want to go over the normal figure 8 again. Yeah, the first one. All right, so we'll take that arm length of rope. So we'll come back to your shoulder. Then you're going to take your tail, and you're going to come around to the front, and then you're going to come back around to you, and then that's when you're going to go through that top loop there.
Ooh, not so Bradley, you need to go around all the way. You went around halfway on that one. So if you look at it when you make your alien face, imagine that he like stays in one position, right? And imagine that that's him looking at you. There you go, you got it. Yeah.
There you go.
You don't need to explain it. So yeah, and remember you can tie that one too by twisting. So we twist it once, twist it twice, and then take that rope, the end of the rope through, finish your figure 8 again.
Wait, don't mess with the fish.
If you want to challenge yourself at home and you want to keep trying things, you can always try to tie it with one hand, or you can try to tie any of these knots blindfolded, or close your eyes. See if you can get it tied. I'm sure Alex could probably tie most of these blindfolded.
Maybe.
Well, that's all the knots that we had. So unless we have any other questions, thank you all for coming and watching our knot tying webinar. If you liked this, we'll try and host another one.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for coming. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
This evening. Bye.
Bye.